Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is a second installment of Appletown after doing the Fix the Traffic scenario. Really excited to get this one rolling out. Just I love interchanges, so this one's gonna be a fun one for me. I want to throw it out there. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. The likes and comments are definitely appreciated. You can also check me out on Facebook at RobbyMcFlyGaming, spelled the same way as this YouTube channel. I even got a Twitter going right now, and hopefully here soon we'll be able to get on Twitch and stuff too. So thanks for your support. Let's get on to the video. Hey guys, it's Robbie of the McFly variety, and here we are back in Appletown. This was the city that we did the Fix the Traffic scenario on, and traffic's been fixed. We're holding a solid 82%. Yep, solid 82%. And population's over 35,000, which was the entire way to win that scenario. But today we're gonna continue this city with a lot of moving around, apparently. I'm thinking today we're gonna focus on this highway system. Of course, I'm not a big fan of it. These lanes should definitely be a little bit longer. And part of me doesn't really understand why we need that direction either. But I think we're going to do a little bit of play with this. Because on one hand, I would like to just put an avenue through this. I could see this being a sunken avenue, and instead of having these off ramps, I could just have regular roads connected to it. At the same time, there's a couple different ideas that could go with that. So if you're hearing this like this is our first look at it and how we're gonna really handle it. It might be a highway that turns into an avenue. Maybe it could be like this is like an actual interchange, and then this turns into an avenue. Then again, there's a whole lot of ideas that really just those two ideas. But how do we make them fit into what we have currently? You know what? Let's just go ahead and get started with tearing out this. Alright, and that may not be too realistic, but I just can't stand what was there before, so we're gonna just correct all of it. We're gonna handle that as a separate part. Look at all these cars. Okay, so let's start by getting some kind of guide roads down. And exactly where do we want to go with this? Because I kind of want to, if we're going to go based off of the idea of keeping it as highway pieces, I'd like to, of course, have this highway. Well, actually, no, that's not what I wanted. We're gonna start by getting this highway set up in a more direct route instead of being a mixture of, I don't even know what to really call what was there before. Unneeded. Disproportionate to what they were actually trying to create. We may even be able to take this under this highway instead of above. In fact, you know what? I think that's what we are going to do. So, with the idea that this is going to be a highway that runs under that, let's go ahead and let's see here. There we go. We'll use our parallel road here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted either. There it is. It literally has instructions on my cursor right now on how to best, or how to correctly use this mod, and here I am yet again still pressing a bunch of keys trying to figure it out. So, I don't feel like these were in my way before. It might be due to how I have recently, there we go, recently moved our picker mod into here. I also now use Control C in order to be able to pick things. I'm gonna find my best ways to do things without having to click all over the screen, you know. Now, start with that. Do I even want to go as... No, but part of me does want to downgrade this. Or tunnel it under all that and extend it somehow over here. You know, we'll leave that as is and just make use of what we have right now and focus on this space. Now, going to... Can I just take it? Sweet. And it looks like it's just gonna place it just right for me. In fact, we're just gonna go with it. But the real question is... Oh, how beautiful. Well, that's nice. Now, maybe I should have... not maybe. I really should have lowered the dirt road before building this, but we live, we learn, we're gonna move along. And you know, I've been thinking about it and I forgot to re-mention, I think I'm gonna ignore those, and yep. This is my first episode of like building an interchange, and I'm super excited for it. I really enjoy building interchanges. It's probably one of my favorite aspects of the game. I just feel like I never get the opportunity for some reason. So I hope to be able to do a lot more interchanges in the future. Let you guys see what I can do. Where my creativity and the fun of this game really comes for me. Oop. I think I'm even gonna take that one, and there we go. Go ahead and get this upgraded back again to 3. All right. Oop. And then I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna delete these to do our reconnection. Good, clean nodes. Good, clean nodes. Good, clean node work. Now, there's some aspects that make more sense. Like if we have this come out and then feed off into there, right? So have this come out, and while it's also connecting that, it could connect to here, right? Then this is a perfect roundabout, or perfect cloverleaf spot. So let's go ahead and start with the cloverleaf. We're going to turn off bending. Now, maybe we bring it out a little bit more. I'm trying to like see a directionality, but I probably should just go ahead and start this. That's not too bad. Yeah, I think I'm comfortable with that. So that'll be our route there. Now we have this direction. Do I take that around? Or if we're trying to get these people to go this direction, it just makes more sense for them to. But then again, we have these guys coming in here. They're going to have to do a cross. So maybe it does make more sense for us to just connect that way. Or do we just connect a different way entirely? So we have these guys come up higher. Now I really want to avoid off or on off. You know what? They could come directly into here while they come out from over here. That makes sense. Let's find a good really more so worried about that exact directionality there. So we'll start with that. Maybe bring it up to where the natural happens. And then from there, what if we just try this? Let's go back to our tools here. Not the craziest fan about it, but let's see what it. Not what I wanted. Yeah, no, I can't make use of that. This one. I think that works. The difficult part being this, though. Maybe it doesn't need to be as difficult as I think it is. That one back. What happens if I do that? That's just better. Okay, so we have most of this side taken care of now. And if I turn off snapping and go here, all right. Maybe we just make that 4-lane. Leave those 3 lanes. Bring that in. Turn this down to 2 lanes first, and then worry about this, cause boy, that's a bad angle. There we go. What happens if I just take that there? Okay, slope. She's not too bad. She ain't amazing though. What is that? 33? Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. And square these guys off with a slope 2. I think that'll just be where that one's at. This one's gonna go back up to middle. Not sure why it wasn't. And upgrade this. What does that look like? Not terrible. I'll accept it. Yeah, I'll accept it. Let's see here. Bring this one in, this one out. You put your 2 lane in, you put your 1 lane out, you put your 2 lane in, and you oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry. We're gonna move along. We're gonna downgrade this. We're probably. Alright, I think that's a really good this side. Definitely handles angles in a really just beautiful way. Let's see here. We'll handle all the lane markings all at once in one nice big time lapse. We're gonna delete this for now. Why was that even needed anyway? It's not. This does remind me that this exists for one, so probably just want to put this back in a different kind of way. I think we'll go about it like this. And just let that be like a just a crossing, because we can put a better exit like right here. Yeah, with a better exit right there, that'll be just nicer. Plus this looks interesting. Plus, holy wow, that goes straight uphill, don't it? Well, I guess it's a good thing that these lanes, these can totally go up. There we go. Now, how can I integrate anything that I currently have here with this side of the highway? In going either direction. It seems dumb maybe, but I could have this come in to feed into that instead of this feed in here, and when this comes down, goes under and connects in. So that handles that to that direction. This clover leaf seems pretty obvious, in which case makes this one really obvious. But does that move this entire thing here? That might move this main avenue here, which actually makes more sense in general for a lot of connectivity, which then means we can get rid of this one and have it terminate there, in which case that really only needs to have the one direction in, thus getting rid of that. I think that answers that. Now, can I just like do that and then connect that, and it doesn't like it. Okay, so that takes care of that direction. And coming in here, do a similar thing, basically what we did over here. Feed in, take out, in. So that takes care of that direction. And if this stems off here, this might get rid of a lot of buildings right here, but at the same time, I think I'm fully okay with that. Whoop. That was not a goal. Now, let's go ahead and disconnect this, because as soon as that can connect, I'd like to do so. And I think that goes ahead. We're going to go ahead and just upgrade this instead of trying to take that out. So let's use a parallel road mod. We'll let that be. Do this for a second time. Go ahead and correct this. Yep. And then if we're trying to connect somewhere right here, let's pause on creating a bunch of extra. Let's use these. Go here and here. I like it. Cut that off there. Bring that in as direct as possible. Go ahead and downgrade this. And so that takes that. Ooh. But I'm not gonna. I couldn't I? Take what's already coming up, string it down to below. What I'm thinking here is, I'm trying to save on real estate, because I want to pack this stuff in. as much as I can. This actually is an unnecessary power line. Might add it back in just for looks later. Turn them all off. Just stop. We've already decided we're going to take that farther down. So, what if I just had this feed directly, turn my snapping back on, feed directly into that. We can go ahead and, so that's what, three parts. I think that should be fine. Let's do a whole bunch of upgrading. We've only used 100,000. I'm kind of surprised by that, I won't lie. Do that part. Already got that part. Everything else is about one lane, right? Gonna find out what's going on there in a second. Okay. Oh. And I bet you there's some extra node. There it is. And just quickly take care of this. Okay, now there's definitely going to be some interesting parts here. Like, I'm not a big fan of this, so we're definitely going to have to play some games on, like, how do we handle something like this? Because that's quite the incline. That should have never been built. And I'm going to have to play games with that later on. It may even be that, like, something like this ends up just going a little bit taller so that we can have this better slope. That's a serious hill, though. That's just serious. So, before I get going on the lines, I'm going to smooth out all this terrain here. Try to... There we go. When I get closer to here, I think I'm ready to put a key wall in. For everything else here, I think we'll do best with just smoothing them out. And I like what's been built here today. I think this is really interesting. Definitely a lot more fun than what was here. But I think it's time to start the line work. just realized I forgot one entire direction. So let's say something like this. Wrong one. Instead of trying to play lane math that way, I think I'm just gonna add 2 in there. Oh, I guess we're gonna go ahead and just add in 3. And just pull them down. Give it that exit lane. Or entrance lane? I think entrance lane is a better term for this. Also, maybe just the correct term in general. And we'll give this the 2 lanes in, the 4 lane through, and we'll play with the details of this when we get to working on that interchange back there. Because I think that one's going to be a lot of fun too. I'm thinking a diverging diamond sounds like a great idea for right here. Now don't worry, there is a special way I take care of that, but then again, maybe I just won't. I'm still... Actually, no, we're only doing one direction. I don't need diverging diamond interchanges and stuff. Alright, back at it. Okay, and that's that. Let's let them resettle real quick. Get out from flying in the air. Cool, good place to start, and do some quick. Some of these, like, one thing I'm not a big fan about when it comes to highways is that they really don't know how to act. So you have to tell them, and if it causes a problem down the line, then I'll remove all this. I'm okay with that. But if it doesn't cause a problem, then I mean, is it really any kind of harm? Watch it be like the worst thing for server lag. I'm talking like I'm in a Hermitcraft video. Game lag. Let's see here. Is that all? Nope. What? Let's see here. I think that's it. Okay, cool. So these ones are handled. Everybody's got a place to go. Every lane is mathed out. As all the big time YouTubers are saying nowadays. And do I go for... We're gonna go for fixing this first. Now, first things first. Delete that. delete those, and upgrade that accordingly. Okay. Now, we're not going to feed off here. We should be feeding off here, but really we should be feeding off back here. So what if we went ahead and added some nodes? No. Add node. There we go. We'll add it right here under the bridge. And that'll be the ideal spot for this to go. Now, I'm going to remove this road and the homes that exist on it. It's kind of a bad placement anyway. And let's focus on... Do I have them come together? I have them coming down this side and then up into one spot? I don't think so, no. And do I have them stay on the ground? I don't think so about that either. Now, is that even? It looks pretty good to me. And then we'll pull these in. Simple as that. And then we'll take the... When am I grab and move it to copy? No. We're taking a hit on that financially. Bring this all the way back. And when it comes to this road, we're going to let that just be one lane out. One lane out, that's all it really needs. They'll have their... Well, I guess... No, I think logically it makes more sense. If they have their one lane in, they can swap out over there. That's interesting, actually. What would make sense in an actual highway situation? Let's come back to that, and then we'll take care of that. Now, I'm thinking full avenue here. Oh, that's right, and I also wanted to put a key in here. We'll come back to that in a second, too. Go ahead and line this up, or slope this up. They don't like that. I think I'd be willing to take the hit for that. Let's go ahead and get our avenue going. Now, if we're looking at this logically, we're gonna treat that probably as just a single in, single out scenario, something like that. I think going on the floor makes sense. I feel like 8 lanes is way too much. Five and 3, or 8 and 3, 4 and 5. 6-lane road, no parking. Feel like, you know, just maybe I'm thinking too much about this, and a simple 3 and 2, or is it gonna, or 3 and 3? We might even just go ahead and let it be 3 and 3. Have their own 1 lane off. Come in here. Yeah, maybe it just needs to be that simple. Let the turn off crossings there, or at least the appearance of them. Square it up and take it to about 15. Square up, take it to about 15. Why is it not taking this part with it? Ooh! But I want the trees! what happens if I go through this work real quick? Okay, let's... Does nothing. Ah. What happens if I just go through and do this? Where are you copying that from? Don't do that. Alright, back to move it. Maybe that's worth it. I think that looks really good. I think that's official too. I think we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. And I think it will be worth it in the end. Part of me almost wants to get rid of this and make it into a nice park. Well, first let's get with finishing this up. And something that does excite me as a small idea is actually getting maybe light rail coming under here. And if I have that light rail maybe terminate here, or if I can get it to fit in between here nicely and come through, that could be really cool. Maybe even terminate here just by turning into a tunnel and feeding out. Maybe that could even just be metro. Replace this somehow, have it terminate in here. It just be, I think it's cool when you see that kind of movement, in my opinion. I really love it. Now we have this comes off and then over. It might be worth it. Let's find out. We're doing it. Right, and then take these two, cross them over. And now, which one do we want? Not one with parking. I know that much. But if we take this, which actually makes a whole lot of sense. All right, and then we'll see here. Turn that off. We'll do this one would make sense to have 2 and 3 right there. All right, so with that in mind, we can give them their own turning lane into there. They don't turn there, they do turn in there. These are right turns only. And I can that makes sense the way it is. We're gonna pull some crosswalks around the place. Let's see here. What I like to do with this kind of thing is kind of set up my main lines first, and then play with the rest of it. Because like this line does perfect like that. Pull that in. And this isn't really meant to stop. At least right now, I'm not going to put a light here. I'm probably going to put a yield sign. Because the hope is that the pedestrians can take over this traffic compared to cars. I'd rather pedestrian traffic every single time. Do. Take that right back there, and all those lines make sense. Then we'll come back over here and do the same thing. No, I don't even have a 4 and 3 road anyway. I just realized I still have these. There we go. Yeah. Now I can get really carried away very quickly with line work in the middle of an intersection. I find it to be a lot of fun. Like this one, becoming a chevron, I think it's... There we go. There we go, yeah. I think that's just kind of fun. And maybe even doing something like that. Because they can then mold off into both. Yeah. Alright. Do some directional stuff. And then even square that out. Take out that and that. Now actually, we'll do something similar to what we did to the other side, but not too extreme. Just something like that. Although I did just delete a whole bunch of roads. Because I'm now here, I'm going to go ahead and straight up change out this for, do I want 3? We'll just go simple 2 for that. Delete all of this. That is not how you make an interchange or a roundabout. Nope, go away, chirper. Let's see here. It should have. Why did it not? I'm gonna have to play with some settings on that, make sure that's correct later on. Just delete these for right now until everything grows back in. Now, actually, much more prefer a mix. So we'll play with that a little bit in a minute. I think what's important right now is that's connected, this is connected, this is a mess, but we're working on it, we're getting there. And hit play on that. Now, did I not take care of this? Don't like that. Cross over there. Oh, did I not? Ooh, I don't want to have to put lights on this. Maybe they just need a second to get used to things. And this is what I mean by cars doing weird things. Now, it's kind of funny that we're taking 3 down to 3 up to 4 here and 3 up to 4 here in opposite directions, but I think it's going to be necessary just to be preemptive about traffic. Plus, the traffic in this game kind of only thinks one way. And if we already know that way that it thinks, let's just go ahead and get to it. Maybe we're making money as we're doing this, so. Cool. I think that looks much better. It makes a lot more sense. It continues on, like, actually keeping a good traffic flow from the original scenario. And I think we can go ahead and turn that off. I get why it did that. I just wish it didn't, but it's okay. Totally manageable. We already know how to fix it. So yeah, there we go. Oh, well, what happens if I do pull it up some? There we go. Now, can I fix that? Yes. Thank goodness. In one of my versions, in my first version of beating this game, I used this road and took it over. How I would do so now, I'm not really sure. How's this traffic doing? Not too terribly for having removed that entire thing. It might be because of this that's helping that. What if... Yeah, that looks better. This all works better. I don't think I want to take that all the way up. They've already replaced themselves too, haven't they? What if I just kind of do a little bit of a cover up with that? Alright guys, I filmed some more after this, but I think that would be best suited for a full episode of some more local traffic kind of things. We add in some extra roads, we work on some of the actual local traffic, and moving around some zoning. So the next episode should be a lot of fun and just kind of like doing general traffic stuff instead of just like major highway traffic stuff like we've done in this episode. So thanks for sticking around. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Yeah, bye.